Hi, this is Michael Reddig, and this is just a quick overview of the eggScreenPro plugin that I've made. First thing you'll need is, obviously your green screen footage here. Then you just apply the effect, eggScreenPro, and you'll notice it goes right to the mat, great starting point for any key. It's a color difference keyer, so it allows you the choices between green or blue, but you're limited to those choices, so keep that in mind when you're shooting your green screen or blue screen. Next thing you'll do is, from your mat here, is you're going to decide what method you're going to use to extract the mat. You'll notice that what you want to do is you want to look for the one that has the best separation between the foreground and the background. If you're curious as to what exactly these different things are, you can look that up online, or I recommend checking out the book called Digital Compositing for Film and Video by Steve Wright. Alternatively, you can just kind of skip through these and see what one has the best separation between the foreground and the background. The max one works fairly well, and so you obviously just want to get the foreground to be white and the background to be black, and pretty good settings as it is right there. After you have your matte set right, you want to get your D-spill set, and what that does is when you pull the matte, there's going to be a green fringe around the outer edges of your composition. The way to deal with those green fringes is to despill the image first. And what that does is it takes the values where the image values of green are greater than the image values of red or blue, it suppresses the green. The despill is an automagical one, and you have some simple controls here with the spill mix and the spill scale. And what those do is they actually affect the spill map right here, which changes the weight of how much the green is suppressed by the red and blue channel. If the automagical way doesn't work, which typically it probably won't, to be honest, but it's there for when it does, and when it does, it's nice because it's real easy. When it doesn't work, you can just go right to the unspill, and you'll notice that it reverts when you go from the despill to the unspill. Hey, I'm back to the same starting point again, except what happens is now you can individually remove red, green, or blue from your particular channels. I know that we are going to be copying this foreground into a yellowish colored background, as you can see right here. So I'm actually going to remove some blue and give it a fairly strong yellowish type of background. I actually found some values earlier that work very well, and I will input them right now. Once that's finished, you can go to your final transparency, and it'll show you what the composition looks like when you put it over the top of your background. Now, this is the stage where you would do the color correction, and you would apply that after you have pulled the matte. You don't want to influence the matte pulling at all. So I've already done this earlier and have it preset, since this isn't exactly a tutorial on color correcting. And there we go. I just turn it on, and that's what it looks like. So once it's color corrected, you have a composite. I want to point out that this is a really nice source shot, very high quality green screen. So there's not many issues caused with it. However, there are tools in the plugin that are available for when you have a more troublesome shot. For example, chroma blur. This is a great tool for correcting video sources with reduced resolution chroma channels. Additionally, you can just soften your matte or erode your matte as well, and they don't really help it in this particular case, but they're there for when you need them. Additionally, there's also garbage matte and holdout matte, and once again, these aren't really needed for this particular situation, but they're there for when you need them. The keyer, I want to take a moment to mention that the keyer here, eggScreenPro, is available for both Motion and Final Cut, but the controls are the same in both, so it'd be a bit redundant to show them in both places. I want to end this on pointing out that the keyer was designed for modularity. You're able to separate just about every step of the process, the final, the matte, the despill, even, you can even get the transparency without the despill, the spill map, and all that. Every step of the process, you can extract that out of here so that you can do individual compositions on individual layers. For example, if I were to set this to matte and then duplicate the layer, I could set this layer to the despill, turn off the levels on the previous matte, and apply an image mask to this layer. Drag the matte from the old one in there and set the mask to not the alpha channel, but the red, blue, or green channel. And there we go once again. So the power of this is you can now individually control the individual steps of the process. So say you want to apply some effects to the matte or the despill individually, and you are totally 100% free to do that. So now you can affect either one with more control. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you get going strong. Quick mention of credits here. All of the plugin logos were designed by the wonderfully talented Megan Bjornstead. If you are in the market for any sort of design work, I would highly recommend checking out her site at meganbjornstead.com and contact her through that. Additionally, all green screen footage was provided by the Hollywood Camera Work website, which is hollywoodcamerawork, that's all one word, .us. Head over there and check out what training they have to offer in addition to the sample green screen plates they have.